Hi, and welcome to my website, shelovestoocookandbake.com. My name is Rose, and today I am going to show you how to make limoncello. I make two kinds. I make the regular and then la crema di limoncello. Okay, so I am going to show you, I am going to make a double batch because I'm making two different ones. So we're going to start out with lots of lemons, but I'm just gonna show you how I peel mine. There's people do it different ways, but for me, the best way to do it is with a paring knife. First, I use organic lemons. If you can't find them, you can just use regular lemons. Make sure you clean them very thoroughly because sometimes they have a little film of wax, and we don't want that. Then after you dry them really well, then you start your process, okay? For this recipe, I use 16 lemons. So this is how I do. I have tried many different ways of peeling my lemons, but for me, this is the best way. Okay, so if you see, you have to do it very, very thin. Don't get any of the pith, the white stuff, because this is very bitter and it will make your limoncello bitter. So after you peel your lemons, and you can use a paring knife like I do, or a potato peeler, or however is the easiest way for you to do it. For me, this is the easiest way. Then we're going to, we need two containers that have a very tight lid, okay? Then we're going to be using some Everclear or grain alcohol, and this is 151 proofs, okay? So this has about 6.5 cups, so I divided 3.25 cup for each recipe. So after we peel the lemons, then we are going to infuse them in a container that looks like this. And like I said, I made two batches because I like to give it to my family and friends. So, and this makes a lot. So I put half of the Everclear in here and the other half in here, which is about 3.25 cups in each one, and 8 lemons in each one. Just the peel, okay? Do not put the whole lemon in there. Okay, so this has to infuse for at least, okay, I'm going to tell you how I like to do my limoncello. So a lot of recipes say between 8 and 40 days. 8 days is not enough for me because I want the Everclear to become yellow. If you look at my lemons, they're very, very pale, but the liquid inside is very yellow, the way the lemon peel used to look. My lemons have been infusing for 40 days in a dark, cool place, okay? So now we are going to proceed with the actual recipe, okay? So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. This is a very important step. I have a large glass container and a strainer, and I'm going to put my cheesecloth in here, okay? So now remember, mine has been soaking for about 40 days, not 8 days. Oh my gosh, if you could just smell this, it smells like a wonderful fresh lemon that you just pulled off the tree. So I'm going to strain this, the lemon peel, into, and I'm going to do it this way. This one really, really got, Louis, will you open this for me?
Thank you.
This looks like it's pretty much full, so I'm gonna have to use another container. And as you can see, my Everclear really is yellow. Okay, I want to strain every single bit of this, so I am going to pour the lemon peel in there because they have a lot of Everclear in it, and we want to get every bit that we can. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with this. My hands are clean because I washed them very thoroughly, and I think I got this pretty much done. Okay, we're going to set these aside. These are going to be straining, and I'm going to put them right here. That way you can see what it looks like. And we're going to make our base now. And you need a large stainless steel pot like this. This is the base for the milk, for the crema di limoncello, not the regular one, okay? Because the regular limoncello, you are pretty much done right here, okay? You just have to put the sugar in it and that's it. But I'm going to make this whole batch crema di limoncello because my family really loves that one. So I decided to make a double batch, okay? So in a large stock pot, we are going to warm up the milk. And it's going to have, this is going to have 8 cups. So we're going to measure 8 cups. This is whole milk right here. Don't use skim milk and don't use 2%. Okay, so when you're going to do something like this, you might as well go all the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 cups of whole milk. So you're going to really end up with a lot of crema di limoncello. Okay, then we're going to put vanilla in it. Now, if you have a vanilla bean, that's fine. I like to use this, okay? This is vanilla sugar from Italy, okay? Vanillina. You can buy it online or you can buy it in Pittsburgh at the Strip. But if you don't have this, don't worry. You can just simple vanilla, but don't use imitation vanilla. You have to use either the paste or real vanilla, okay? Otherwise, it's not going to taste very good. So I'm going to put, this is 32 ounces. I'm going to put the whole little bag in here. And this smells wonderful. Italian vanilla is just what it is, Italian vanilla. So now we're going to use 5 cups of sugar, okay? So I want to measure this really accurately. So I am going to, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, it does have a lot of sugar, but you have to realize that this is a double batch, okay? and 5. So that is good. Okay, now we're going to get a wooden spoon. And I prefer, when I make puddings and limoncello, I prefer the ones with the slotted because it mixes really, really well like that. Now this has to cook until it becomes pretty warm, okay? So we're going to put it on the stove and we're going to cook this for a good 20 minutes. And you have to stir it constantly. And when you feel like all the sugar is dissolved, then you're going to take it off the stove and it has to cool for 1 hour. Okay, so while we're doing this, I'm going to stop and then we'll come back and show you. We're going to put it all together. We're going to bottle it and do all that good stuff. Perhaps even taste it a little bit. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Hello everybody, we are back. This is the final step of the crema di limoncello. Now I'm going to review the 3 steps that the 2 steps that I did with you and then the final step. So we peeled 16 lemons, very thin, and then we infused them with the Everclear. And I made a double batch, okay? Then here is 8 cups of milk, 5 cups of sugar, and 32 ounces of vanilla, and I use the Italian vanilla that comes in a little package, and it's 0.32 ounce, okay? So then now we're going to get the infused Everclear with a lemon peel, and we're going to mix it all into the milk. Now remember, your milk has to be at room temperature. After you cook the milk, or heat it up thoroughly until all the milk, the sugar and the vanilla is dissolved, then you're gonna cool that until it's room temperature. And this is what this is. So we are going to stir it very, very well. Make sure that everything is incorporated, and it looks good. It smells really, really lemony and wonderful. And so what I like to do now is just take a little spoon, and I always like to taste it to make sure. Wow. After you have a glass of this, if you are at your family's house and you drove, then you might want to take a taxi because it is really, really strong. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay? Just a little bit of humor there, guys. All right, now I'm going to get this and strain it in my cheesecloth and make sure that there's no lumps, no milk, residue, or maybe a little lemon seed or anything like that, because we don't want anything like that. And this will take a few minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you about my bottles. Okay, I have a cousin who owns a bar, and he saves me some bottles. So I told him I want all those funky bottles, like the that's a Kentucky Bourbon bottle, the flat one. Now the one that says limoncello there, one of my friends had an affair for her daughter, and she served limoncello at every table, so she saved me all these bottles. And they are so appropriate because they say limoncello on it. And they're even decorated with some diamonds on the neck of the bottle. So every time I make this and I give it to my family or friends, they know that if they want another bottle of limoncello, they better bring me the empty bottle, or they're not going to get any. So, oh, I am just going to, after I do this, I think I'm going to lay down because I feel a little, you know, from the smell of the Everclear. I think right now I'm going to put with my ladle and just pour the rest in there because I think I can manage now, but before it was kind of heavy. Okay, very good. Okay, so now I'm going to get this cheesecloth out of here, and this cheesecloth is full of, so this gets discarded, and now I'll show you how we're going to fill our bottles. Now keep in mind that we have a lot of limoncello in here, so we're going to fill quite a few bottles, but I know that my sister and both of my sister-in-laws, Mary Rose and Ann, they are waiting for one of these bottles, so we're going to have them get these ready. Now, after I do this, you're going to freeze this, okay? Because this is best when it's frozen. And literally, it will keep for years, okay? So don't think that you have to hurry up and drink this, because you don't. I have one bottle in my freezer that it's been there at least for 2 or 3 years, and it's delicious. So when you fill your bottles, I'm just going to do these two, because I want to show you, okay? You're not going to fill these bottles way to the top, because then when you put it in the freezer, it might explode, and we don't want that. So I usually leave about 5 inches down. So this bottle is perfect, because see, it just goes to here, and we're going to leave some room for expansion for when it goes in the freezer, okay? I'm going to wipe it, and isn't this pretty? So I'm going to fill this one up. Now this is only October, so I know that for Christmas I will probably have to make another batch, and that's okay, because I am happy when my family is happy. When they come and they love my food and everything else I serve, that's when I'm happy, because that's when you make memories with your family. And most of my immediate family are still in Italy. So right here I have my brother and his family, my sister and his family, and then of course Louis' family, Mary Rose and the boys, and Larry and the boys. And when they come over for dinner and they eat, that's when I'm happy. Wow, this is really good. I'm going to get a lot out of this, which makes me happy. So we are going to seal it. We're going to wipe this really well. And these are ready for the freezer, guys. And when they are frozen for several days or several weeks, it looks like this. See? It looks like this. This is frozen. I've had this now for almost 2 years, and it's still delicious. So I'm going to put this aside for a minute, and I'm going to tell you the way we are going to serve our limoncello. There are many different ways you can serve limoncello, and it's just delicious. There are also lots of recipes that you can make with the limoncello, and this is the cake that I made earlier today. So we can put some powdered sugar on it and just eat this with a little glass of limoncello. Now, also I have to tell you that when you serve limoncello, this is not a highball drink. You don't want to use big glasses. This is a cordial. This is a cordial, and you drink it after dinner, okay? And I'll tell you why in a minute. This is the creamy one, and this is the plain one. The plain one is just as delicious as the creamy one, okay? Limoncello is like Italians. They have to be very, very thorough with everything they do. From their language, which it has to be perfection when they speak. They're very formal when they speak Italian, and when they eat. So at the beginning of the meal, they like to start with un aperitivo, which is a verb that means to open. It's a really bitter taste cordial that they drink before the meal to stimulate their appetite, okay? Because Italian food is so good, you don't want to waste it. You want to eat every bite of it, and that's the way they feel. So then, after they have indulged in a many entree meals, the first dish, the second dish, the third, they always like to eat their salad at the last because it has vinegar, and they use it as a palate cleanser. So when you go to Italy, your salad is served at the end of the meal, okay? So now, after they have their big meal and eat their salad and then fruit, and then they have coffee with their dessert, then they want to do this. What is this? This is called a digestive. Why? Because lemons help with your digestion. So after you ate that big meal, some people go running, but some people sit on the couch and they have a cordial limoncello. It has to be served very cold. Possibly, if you can, put your little glasses in the freezer half an hour before serving. But if you forgot, don't worry, because this is pretty cold, okay? So also, you can put a tablespoon or two on your ice cream, and it makes a wonderful dessert. You can stick a cookie in here and serve it like this. Or you can just eat a piece of cake and a cordial of limoncello. Keep in mind, you don't put ice in here, you don't put any other alcohol. This is the only thing you want in this little glass. It's not a highball, it's a cordial. It's an after dinner drink. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you make it. Please let me know if you like it. Click down and tell me what you think. And also you will find the recipe. Thank you very much, and you have a great day. I'll see you next time.